It's Monday, September 13, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. The Delta variant has been moving through households across the country and family clusters are on the rise. Health and Wellness Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic delivered this update at a news conference today that included the announcement of a new national COVID-19 public information advisor. The latest COVID figures show 78 new cases, while 736 people are in isolation. Minister Bostic remains concerned about the spread of the virus among families.
Today alone, we have 8 family clusters from the results from yesterday, comprising between 2 to 7 persons. And between the 1st of September and today, I believe there are about 83 family clusters, ranging from 2 to 8 persons. And so you can see that it is widespread, and we've also had some other clusters in the commercial sector of the country.
The island's new national COVID-19 public information advisor is on a mission to tackle the issue of vaccine hesitancy while ensuring that Barbadians fully embrace behaviors to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Veteran journalist David Ellis today outlined his priorities as Prime Minister Mia Mottley announced his appointment at today's news conference. Ellis, who made it clear it was a difficult decision to take up the role and it has nothing to do with politics, explained that he made the move in light of the worrying impact of the deadly virus on Barbadians.
I think, though, it is not just a question of vaccination, but we are expected to follow the protocols as well. I think the message has got to be a combination of those, and that would be priority number one.
Mr. Ellis is particularly concerned about the response of the island's young people to the virus.
I think in the early stages of the disease, there was this message that young people were better protected. And while in the main that is so, the Delta variant has been making a difference. If you look at what's been happening in other Caribbean countries, we are seeing young people, 18 and 15, and in Barbados, I am sure we must have some kind of statistics that indicate to us what is happening there. What I believe we need to do is to share that information with the public as best as we can, because we have to draw a number of people out of the sense of complacency that exists. We are crisis-looking people, Ryan, and when the numbers start going up, people start dying, then you will see a different response. But we really shouldn't be waiting until that happens. So we have to use the available information now to get people to become aware. The boys on the block who are out there believing that they too are untouchable when it comes to COVID. So right across the board, we know certain pockets, but we are also conscious of the fact that we have to do more serious studies so that we can use those studies to be in a better position to understand the numbers and also to understand what is motivating them.
Prime Minister Mia Mottley said there's no mistake in rising infections among the youth, and she's appealing for more of them to get vaccinated.
Since the 1st of September, over 200 of our young people under 18 have caught COVID. 200 young people. In yesterday's numbers, 30% of the persons turning positive were under 18. The day before, 25%. Let us get real. If the Delta is highly transmissible and young people can catch it, and young people are not vaccinated, they will catch it and they will also help spread it. And to that extent, that is why we are saying that we need more persons. Between the age groups of 12 to 18, we've had 5,500 odd persons vaccinate, which is roughly now just about 27-28% of the age cohort, just under 30%. We need to do better. On Saturday, you heard me say that we're giving ourselves the next 4 weeks to be able to ensure that we can do so. We have still another 26,000 persons that can be vaccinated with Pfizer, and we would want a lot of that to be our young people because of the nature of the fact that Pfizer is the only one of the three that we apply for 12 to 18-year-olds.
Meanwhile, there's no confirmation just yet as to whether the Mu variant is in Barbados. But Prime Minister Mia Mottley, who discussed the matter with officials from the Caribbean Public Health Agency this morning, suggested it was a possibility, though not confirmed.
CARFA would have advised us this morning that Mu is, they were seeing a virus that they could not initially identify at first. And of course, once PAHO came out and said that it was Mu, that in truth and in fact, it has been in the region since June. So, and we may well have it in Barbados. We just don't have the confirmation yet.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back to Regional Happenings. The Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association wants the government to rethink current lockdown measures, which it says is crippling business.
Small and medium-sized businesses have been significantly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And since the implementation of no movement days 4 weeks ago, coupled with the nightly curfews, growing frustration in the business community. President of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, John Mahfood, says the current measures are bad for business. It's why he's appealing to the government to rethink them. The current measures allow businesses to operate 3.5 days per week, as they are forced to close at 12 midday on Fridays.
We don't believe that it has had a significant impact on bringing down the rate of infections. I think, the very narrow window for people to shop of 3.5 days, but 3.5 days when a lot of people are working is not the best solution. We don't think that a Friday half-day closure is the best solution. And so it has to be rethought, because part of what we think is happening is that the condensing of the number of working hours is also causing problems in terms of congestion in supermarkets, congestion in public transport.
Further afield, the United Nations on Monday drummed up millions of dollars in emergency funds from donor countries for beleaguered Afghans who could soon face widespread hunger. Head of the UN Refugee Agency says the UN is continuing its work amid complaints it has not been doing enough.
The UN is here, and the UN is actually here much more importantly through, like I said, all my colleagues who are working in Kabul, increasingly in the provinces. We've never left. We evacuated a few people to keep numbers manageable for security reasons, but people are already coming back, even those evacuated. So I think we're present, and like I said, we do raise these important messages. I think people are worried, understandably. There's a past history which is not good. There's decades also of violence, of uncertainty, and now this. And we cannot blame Afghans for being concerned.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.